to the St Thomas Crooks Family Summer Gatherings. We are so excited to be here with you. My name is Helen.
And my name is Leah.
And we're here on our set. This is the set for the summer. Hope you can see everything behind us. We've got Stickman and the Gruffalo.
I was going to say it's very tropical, but then I don't think the Gruffalo and
he's like a tropical wood. It's a tropical wood.
A tropical
it's fine.
Gruffalo. Okay.
It's great. So do look out over the next 6 weeks because we might change some things around on the set. Mm-hmm. And Leah, you were saying people could comment.
Yep. Stick it in the comments below. If you notice a change, you stick it in the comments and we'll have a little look and see if we can find anything.
So over the 6 weeks of the summer, our theme is all about being a good neighbour. And today we're kicking off by thinking about the question, who is my neighbour? So that's what we're looking at today. But what else are we doing over the next 45 minutes, Leah?
We're going to be playing lots of games, singing some songs, hearing from the Bible. Yep. Lots of fun, really.
And you're doing a great craft as well.
Yes, we have got a craft later on. So make sure you've got all your stuff ready to go.
That is brilliant. But before we do that, every week we've got a really exciting thing that we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing a warm-up. So, Leah, over to you.
Every week in our summer gatherings, we are going to be doing a warm-up section. And every week, the STC Chimpanzees will be coming to help do the warm-up and have some fun. So, I love to dance. And so for our very first summer gathering, we are going to dance. So get up onto your feet in your living rooms or wherever you are, up off of your sofas. Come on, parents. Up off of your sofas. There we go. So I'm just going to do a very quick run through of what moves we are going to be doing for our warm-up. So give yourselves a little shake to get started. Very good. Now, I would love for you to show me your muscles. So we're going to bring our arms up like this. Very good. And then what we're going to do is we're going to move our arms and move our bodies. And I'm going to count for us. So it's going to go a little bit like this. I'll show you and then I'll speak it through. So you're going to count to 3. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Very good. And then we're going to do a point up to the ground. Then point up to the ground. Very good. And then we're going to punch our arms forward and we're going to do a cross. Bring your arms out. Do it again. And then bring them out again. Very good. And then we're going to move our shoulders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Very good. So after that, we freestyle. So that can be whatever moves you want to do around your living room. Get up, jump about, have some fun. Let's get the music started and we'll be ready to dance. You ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Point up, down, up, down. Punch your arms forward, out, forwards, out, and shoulder. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Freestyle! Woo! Yes, freestyle! Well done! Do your shopping trolleys or your lawn mowers. Dad, you know those moves. Well done. And we'll stop. Give yourselves a big clap. Well done. Now I think we should do it one more time before we get on with the rest of the gathering. What do you think? I think that is a good idea. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, stop. 1, 2, 3, 2, point and down, point, down, punch, forwards and out, and forwards and out, and shoulder, 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 shoulder. Ready to freestyle. Woo! Come on, chimpanzees. Yes, lawnmowers. Very good. And shopping trolleys. If you've got any moves, let us know in the comments below. And stop. Give yourselves a big clap. You can all sit down now and relax.
Hi everybody, and welcome to the games section of our gathering. Every week during the summer, we are going to spend some time playing games together, setting challenges for different members of the kids team, and different people who are leading the gatherings as well are going to take part in them. And today I am so thankful that Pippa and Ruth have joined me, and they are going to be the first members of kids team to take part in some of our games and challenges. Each week we're going to have a building challenge, and so we're going to start with that one right now. And if it's not building, then it might be designing or making. And so ladies, today your first challenge is to make a paper aeroplane, and then we're going to have a competition to see which one flies the furthest. Okay, so now Pippa is an engineer, but she's got no, sort of advantage in that. And Ruth, you're studying medicine. I mean, that maybe you're good with constructing how things go together. Human bodies behave, a plane, very similar, very similar. So I'll give you a countdown. You can make the best plane, you can do whatever design you want, and then we'll have the flying competition. And at home, you can decide who you think is going to win. So, are you ready? Ruth, are you ready? Pippa, are you ready? Excellent. So, here's your countdown. 3, 2, 1. Build your planes. Right, let's look at the technique. And if you've got paper at home, you can just grab a sheet of paper. You could ask a grown-up. Perhaps you can make paper aeroplanes yourself, so you don't need a grown-up to help with you, but you can join in this as well. And then you could go in your garden and you could have your own paper aeroplane long-distance competition. Who can get their paper aeroplane to reach the end of the garden or the furthest in your garden? Let's see how they're doing. Well, they've gone for a very similar technique, both of them. They've gone for just a very simple fold down the middle, triangular shaped nose, nothing too fancy going on here. Oh, Ruth may have just tweaked the nose of her aeroplane. Maybe that will give it better flight, who knows? Oh, and now Pippa's folding the wings back. I'm sure everyone at home, you've got your own paper aeroplane technique. I know my husband does, and my son, they're very particular about the way they fold their planes. Oh, I think, very fancy. I'm not going to give anything away because, might copy each other's ideas. Pippa, Ruth, are you happy with the design of your plane? Are you ready? Excellent. Pippa, are you happy with the design of your plane? Excellent, good. Okay, right, I'll step back. Right, ladies, let's stand up. Let's see. So they are going to throw them across. We have to do it all in a sort of semi-COVID way, so they're going to safe way. So they're going to throw them from one side of our little stage set up here to the other. 3, 2, 1. Oh, okay. Well, so it did land on the table. I think you saw that on the screen. I think we caught that on camera. That was a bit of an artistic twirl in the air. Okay, Pippa, let's go. So let's see. 3. Oh, she's got. Oh, well, to be fair, they've both reached the table. To another go. Have another go. Let's see. 3, 2, 1. Landing on the table again. When you throw from this side, it seems to like to land on the table. Ruth, let's see what happens on the count of 3. 3, 2, 1. Oh, what skills! Excellent, brilliant. Oh, I think that is a draw. I don't think we could. Both times they have made it to the table with artistic twirls as well. We would hope that your planes have possibly made it a little bit further than Pippa's and Ruth's, but we hoped you enjoyed our first game. It's time for our second game, and this one could get a little bit messy. If you're going to try and do anything like this one at home, you definitely need to be outside. Okay, so here is the game. Here are the rules. Both Pippa and Ruth will have a foam stick. Let's call it a foam stick, which they're going to hold in one hand. And then on the ground in front of them, they have got a bowl and it's got water in it. It's a bowl of water. This is the challenge, ladies. Are you ready? You are going to pick up your bowl of water and balance it on one hand with your palm flat like this. And then you're going to stand on one leg as well, so like this, you're going to balance. And then with your hand that has got the stick in it, you have to try and knock your opponent's bowl of water off their hand. So this could get very wet, very messy, which is why if you're trying it at home, you must be outside. Are you ready, ladies? Obviously, there may be a bit of, getting wet. But I'm going to stand right back here. Okay. Pick up your bowls or your stick, whichever way. If you need me to pass the stick to you, I'm happy to do that as well. If you want, okay, let's do that. So let's pick up your bowls of water. Everyone watching at home, you can decide who is going to win this challenge. Okay. Let's see. Here is Ruth, has a stick and is ready. Oh, Pippa has already got a wobble on. She's already going, oh, I'm not sure. They're very wobbly. Who knew I had a special skill of balancing bowls of water? Right, there we go. This could be all over very quickly for those of you watching at home. Right, are we ready to, if the standing on one leg is too much, ladies, we can just go for, but it just adds a bit of extra interest. Okay, if you decided at home whether Pippa or Ruth is going to win this challenge, are you ready, ladies? 3, 2, 1, go. Who is going to be able to knock? Oh, you can hop if you want. You can move around. Oh, who's keeping it going? No, it's very wobbly. Oh, go Ruth. Oh! That is the end of the game. Ruth, you are victorious. Well done.
Turn my darkness to light. You set my feet high on this mountain and put my enemies to flight. So I will praise you as long as I live. Oh, I will praise you again and again. And though I walk through the valley, I will not fear. You are my strength and my shield. When everything around me is overtaken, I know I'll never be shaken. Whoa, 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 I'll never be shaken. You are Lord, you keep my lamp burning. Turn my darkness to light. Set my feet high on this mountain. Put my enemies to flight. So I will praise you as long as I live. Oh, I will praise you again and again. When I walk through the valley, I will not fear. You are my strength and my shield. When everything around me is overtaken, I know I'll never be shaken. Whoa, 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 I'll never be shaken. Strength and my shield. When everything around me is overtaken, I know I'll never be shaken. Whoa, I'll never be shaken. Whoa, I'll never be shaken. Whoa, mind is wasted. So see the sun now bursting through the clouds, black and white, turns to color all around. All is new in the Savior I am found. This is living now. This is living now. You lead the way. You lead the way, God, you're right beside me. In your love I'm complete. There's nothing like living with you. This life you created, I choose. See the sun. See the sun now bursting through the clouds, black and white, turns to color all around. All is new in the Savior I am found. And this is living now. And this is living now. You take me higher. You take me higher than I've been before. It's your perfect love that sees me soar. God, your freedom is an open door. You are everything I want and more. See the sun. See the sun now bursting through the clouds, black and white, turns to color all around. All is new in the Savior I am found. Sing, see the sun. See the sun now bursting through the clouds, black and white, turns to color all around. All is new in the Savior I am found. This is living, and this is living now. This is living now. Take me, you take me higher than I've been before. It's your perfect love that sees me soar. God, your freedom is an open door. You are everything I want and
Master, come and sit with us.
What must a man do to be saved?
You must trust in the Lord your God with all your heart. And you must love your neighbour as much as you love yourself.
And who is my neighbour?
There was a man going down from Jerusalem to Jericho, down the steep gorge all alone. Suddenly, robbers appeared. They attacked him, they threw him to the ground, they ripped his clothes, they stole his money. They left him for dead. It so happened that a priest was coming along from Jerusalem. He dared not find out whether the man was still alive because he believed that it was wrong to touch a dead body. The priest walked by on the other side. Then along came a rich and powerful Sadducee. He walked right up to the man and crossed right over to the other side. Then along came a man from Samaria.
A Samaritan? Samaritans throw rocks at us. I spit at them. I hate them.
He saw the poor man lying on the road dying, and he took pity on him. He took some ointment that he had and he poured it on the man's wounds. He bandaged him up as best he could, and then the Samaritan took the man to an inn. He paid the innkeeper and he said, "Whatever else it costs to look after this man, I'll pay you everything on my return." So, you tell me, which one of these three men proved to be the man's neighbor?
Well, the one who showed him such love.
Well, you go then. Do the same.
We are now into the craft section of our very first summer gathering, and across all of our gatherings we are going to have a craft section where you are going to make a craft following the theme that we are looking at this summer, which is being the best neighbour and loving our neighbours. So for our first craft we are going to make a paper chain street, so it's going to hopefully look like your street. We'll wait and see. So all you need for this craft is piece of paper, some scissors, and some colouring pens or pencils or crayons, whatever you have got in your house. Bring them down and we can use them on our street that we are going to make. So all you need to do first is get your piece of paper. We're going to fold it in half, just like that. And then we're going to fold it in half again. And then we're going to fold it one more time. So that is a total of 3 times that you're going to be folding your piece of paper. And it should look something like this. Next, you're going to get a pen, a pencil, crayon, whatever you have got, and you're going to start to draw some lines to look at the roof of your houses. So we'll make a triangle up here. And then we're going to do some doorways as well. So at the bottom, we're going to draw a little square, and it should look like that. Next, we're going to grab our scissors, and you're going to cut where you have drawn these lines. Once you've done that at the top and the bottom, it should look like this. You've got your rows of houses. And then all you do from there is draw your windows, draw trees, draw windows, doors, paint the ceilings, write the door numbers of those on your street, and maybe write the verse, love the Lord your God, love your neighbours as yourself, from Matthew chapter 22. And there you go. If you're feeling a little bit more fancy, and maybe you older ones could do this, you could cut out some windows yourselves. But that is our craft for this week, and we would love to see what you have come up with this week in your crafts. So feel free to send us a message through Instagram, Facebook, and we would love to share that with everyone.
I was lost, but he brought me in. Oh, his love for me. Yes, his love for me. Who the sun sets free, oh, is free indeed. I'm a child of God. Yes, I am. Free at last, he has ransomed me. His grace runs deep. While I was a slave to sin, Jesus died for me. Yes, he died for me. Who the Son sets free, oh, is free indeed. I'm a child of God, yes I am. To my Father's house, there's a place for me. I'm a child of God, yes I am. I'm chosen, I am chosen, not forsaken. I am who you say I am. You are for me, not against me. I I am chosen, not forsaken. I am who you say I am. You are for me, not against me. I am who you say I am. Yes, I am. Yes, I am who you say I am. To the sun sets free. Oh, it's free indeed. I'm a child of God. Yes, I am. It's in my Father's house. There's a place for me. I'm a child of God. Yes, I am.
Hey everyone, it's so wonderful to be with you today. I hope you're loving this new summer gathering vibe that we've got going on. Check out all the stuff behind me. There's some really cool stuff. I particularly like this Lego Star Wars fighter. Whoever built that, very talented indeed. I'm Liam. You might know me as Naomi, Isaac, and Lydia's dad. That's great. I lead Defined, which is our youth church here at STC for 11s to 18-year-olds. And I'm really, really loving that I get to share a message with you today. And it's part of our, a question that we're thinking about over the next few weeks over the summer. And that is, how do we become better neighbours? And I want to start by actually going back a little bit and asking you this question. Who is your neighbour? Because if we want to be better neighbours, we need to know who is our neighbour. And the good news is, Jesus helps us out with this. He tells us a story to help us understand this better. Okay, think about it like this, first of all. Think about your house. Picture your front door. Have you got it? See, mine, we've got a brown front door. We sometimes hang a wreath on it at Christmas. We've got little flower pots along the kind of wall at the front. I can picture Naomi and Isaac running up and down it during lockdown when we didn't have a lot to do. Can you picture your house? Can you picture the people on your street? Maybe those who live next door to you. Do you know any of their names? Do you know any of the families on your street? Do you know any of the children on your street? See, they are our neighbours, and I think we probably would understand that, wouldn't we? But Jesus wants to show us that actually it's a little bit more than that. Okay, think about your friends at school. Who are they? Think about their names. What do you like about those people? What do you like to do with them? What games do you play at playtime? See, they are our neighbours too. But here's where it gets interesting. If we look at that story of the Good Samaritan, Jesus is trying to show us that also our neighbours are the people that may be in school, for example, who we don't often spend time with, who maybe are different to us, who look different, who dress differently, who think differently. They are our neighbours too. Our neighbours are everybody that we meet. Think about it. In that story that we saw, who was the one who stopped to help the injured man? It was the Samaritan, someone from a different place, someone who actually believed something different to the injured man. Jews were different to the Samaritans. Someone who actually, to the people who were listening to that story, they did not like the Samaritans. He was the one who stopped, and he was the one who helped. So Jesus is saying our neighbours can be anyone that we meet. The question is, are we willing to stop? And that's what the Samaritan does. When he stops, he sees the injured man, and he has compassion on him, and he puts him on his donkey, carries him to the next town, and pays for him to recover at a nice, comfortable inn. The Samaritan was a good neighbour because he cared enough to stop. So let's finish by stopping and thinking, who is our neighbour? Maybe right now, God's actually putting some names in your head, people on your heart. Why not after this gathering with your family, write some of those names down? Stick them on your fridge or up on your wall. They might be your friends from school. That's great. They might be the people who live next door to you. But also think about how they could be somebody who's different to you at school. Maybe that you don't always play with at playtime. And when you've done that, I'd love to encourage us all to pray for those people this week and to ask God to help us to be good neighbours to them. To be maybe brave enough to stop and go over to one of our friends at school or somebody that we know at school who's maybe having a bad day and including them in a game. Or maybe being generous if you've done some baking at home or you've made something, giving that out to some people on your street. Let's see how we can be the best neighbours that we can be this week. Let's see if we can be like the Good Samaritan and be the ones who stop, who look, who care, who love everyone it is that we meet, because that's what it means to be a good neighbour. Guys, it's been amazing to talk to you today. Got lots of love for you. Looking forward to seeing the creative ways in which you love your neighbours this week. And I'll see you all very, very soon. Have a great rest of Sunday. Bye.
Now it's time to pray together. And each week in our summer gatherings, we're going to be showing you a different way that you can pray creatively together as a family. And this week, we're going to be making a prayer poster of our street. So if you grab a piece of paper, you can either do that now, you could press pause and then come back and play again, or you can do it after the gathering has finished. So you need a piece of paper and some pens. And first of all, in the middle of your piece of paper, you need to draw a road. So you could just draw 2 lines and then put the little dashes down the middle of it. So I've already done that on my piece of paper. And then we're going to start drawing some houses. So I'm going to draw the houses on my street. I'll put my one in first. We live at number 35, so I'll write that on. And then we're going to draw the houses of the people who live around us. So we've got 2 next door neighbours on this side and draw their house. Oops, that house is a bit wonky. And then this house here. So you can see these are my houses on my street. And you can do the ones opposite you as well. So you can fill your street with as many houses as you've got or as many people as you know the names of. And then that's the second thing that we're going to do. We're going to write the names on of people that we're going to be praying for on our street. So next door to me is a lady called Maxine. I'm going to write her name on. And then next door to Maxine is Sonia. And opposite me are Chris and Lexi. And later on, I'm going to spend time filling in the rest of my street. And then it's really simple. You can stick this on your fridge or stick it on your bedroom wall and you pray for the people on your street. So I'm going to do that now. Dear Jesus, I want to pray for Chris and Lexi. They work in London and they travel up and down the motorway every week. So I pray that you would keep them safe. And Jesus, I pray for Sonia. She's been in hospital for 2 weeks. So pray that you would make her well and that she could come home again. We pray for her son, Ryan, and her daughter, Harriet. And Jesus, I haven't drawn these houses, but I pray for Kat and Alexandro, who are far away from their family. And I pray that they would get to visit them soon. I ask this in your name. Amen. And I hope that you enjoy praying for the people on your street this week.
so glad you love me. Jesus, I'm so glad you love me. So clap. So I'll clap my hands and wave them in the air. Shout your name so everyone can hear. Jesus, jump as high as I can reach, and I'll dance around to show that I'm so glad that you love me. So I'll clap my hands and wave them in the air. Shout your name so everyone can hear. Jesus, jump as high as I can reach, and I'll dance around to show that I'm so glad that you love me.
So we are nearly at the end of our time together, but there we've got a special guest. One of our chimpanzees has returned to be with Leah and I. And that is because in each of our summer gatherings, at the end of each week, we are going to be set the STC Chimpanzee Neighbourhood Challenge.
How exciting!
I know, the chimpanzee. How excited is a chimpanzee? Show us. Oh, very, very excited.
Very good.
Excellent. So, I think without further ado, let's find out. Chimpanzee, do you want to give this week's challenge to Leah?
Thank you.
There we go. Leah, open the envelope. I'm so excited.
Are you all ready?
I know. What will it be? What will it be?
Let's have a look.
Here goes. Oh.
So, the challenge, our very first STC Chimpanzee Neighbourhood Challenge, is to find out the names of the neighbours who live in the 6 to 8 houses nearest to you. And if you already know some of them, here's an extra little challenge. Go a little bit further down your street and see if you can learn the names of some of the neighbours that you don't know.
That is really good. And I know, thank you, Chimpanzee, for that challenge, because I was just thinking when you read that out, I do know the names of the people in the 6 to 8 houses, but actually there are 2 houses sort of opposite me, just down the road a bit, and I don't know their names at all. So that is what I'm going to do for my challenge. What about you, Leah?
They're the people that are a couple of doors down from me. I do know who they are from last year. You do get to know them a little bit more, but there are some a little bit further down the street, near the end of the street, that I don't really know yet. So maybe in passing, well, not maybe, when I'm passing them, I'll find out what their names are.
Yeah, so we've set ourselves a challenge there, and we really hope that you take part each week in our challenge, and that's the first one. Let us know how you got on.
Yeah.
So we've reached the end of our first ever summer family gathering with our new set, our new format. We really, really hope that you have enjoyed the last 45 minutes with us as we've begun to think about what it means to be a good neighbour. And we're back next week.
We are back next week with more crafts, games, singing, hearing from the Bible, praying together. You know the score, guys. That's what it's going to be.
Yeah, the chimpanzees, he'll be here next week as well. We hope you have a great week, and we'll see you soon. Bye.